viewers are convinced they may have figured out what's really happening with Coronation Street teenager Sam Blakeman. The young character has recently raised alarm among audiences due to increasingly troubling actions, alongside his claims that fellow teen Will Driscoll is targeting him. Sam previously uncovered the truth about Will's inappropriate involvement with athletics coach Megan Walsh, ultimately exposing her behavior to both Leanne Battersby and Eva Price. For weeks beforehand, Megan had been intimidating Sam into silence, leaving him emotionally overwhelmed and struggling mentally. During this difficult period, he also began misusing his ADHD medication while dealing with the pressure of exams. After everything was revealed, Will's attitude toward Sam shifted dramatically. Although he has now attempted to apologize, he continues to deny that anything inappropriate ever happened between him and Megan. Despite this, Sam has been left deeply affected by the entire ordeal. In recent scenes, his behavior has become increasingly concerning. He has been obsessively looking into grooming cases online while also displaying signs of paranoia. At one point, he even discarded his phone after becoming convinced that someone was tracking him. More recently, he claimed that Will had been threatening him, though Will firmly denied making any such threats. One tense moment showed Sam panicking after spotting Will nearby at the precinct, prompting him to run away in fear. Earlier, Sam had insisted that Will had contacted him with threats over the phone, but again, Will rejected the accusation, leaving viewers uncertain about what is truly happening. As audiences criticized Will's treatment of Sam, many began questioning whether there might be another explanation behind the scenes. Some fans now believe that Sam may not be perceiving events accurately, suggesting that his fears could be imagined rather than real. This has led to widespread speculation that the storyline could be building toward a serious mental health plot. One viewer shared their thoughts, suggesting that the situation felt unusual and possibly imagined by Sam due to how strange it seemed. Another person questioned whether Sam might be dealing with paranoia or even hallucinations, while still considering the possibility that Will could genuinely be behaving badly. Other fans were more certain in their theories, with some claiming outright that Sam is hallucinating. Others proposed that he might be experiencing psychosis, pointing to his growing fear and confusion as potential warning signs. A number of viewers also questioned whether the supposed phone call from Will ever actually happened, suggesting that it may have been entirely in Sam's mind. Some theories went further, with fans linking Sam's behavior to the medication he had been taking. They speculated that negative side effects could explain his paranoia, anxiety, and the possibility of seeing or hearing things that are not real. According to this idea, his recent actions could be the result of a combination of stress, trauma, and medication issues. The discussion continued across social media, with many viewers agreeing that Sam may not have received any real threats at all. Instead, they believe his mind could be creating these situations as a response to everything he has endured. A particularly common theory is that the storyline could develop into a depiction of schizophrenia or another severe mental health condition. Some fans pointed out that such conditions can be triggered by intense stress or traumatic experiences, both of which Sam has recently faced. Others noted that the progression of symptoms, starting with paranoia and potentially moving toward hearing voices, could indicate the early stages of a psychotic episode. This has led many to believe that the show may be preparing for a deeply emotional and serious storyline exploring Sam's mental state. As the plot unfolds, viewers remain divided between those who think Will is still a threat and those who believe the danger exists only in Sam's perception. Either way, the storyline has clearly captured attention, leaving audiences eager to discover the truth behind Sam's distress. Coronation Street has pushed back the long-awaited confrontation between Tim Metcalf and Tricia Marlowe, meaning Tim must wait longer before facing the woman who took advantage of him during his teenage years. The ITV drama first introduced this hard-hitting storyline last year, when Tim unexpectedly crossed paths with Tricia, someone connected to his past. It was later revealed that they had been intimate, despite the significant age gap. Tricia was in her 20s at the time, while Tim was only 14. Although Tim had previously reflected on that chapter of his life with a sense of nostalgia, his wife Sally made it clear that the situation was far more serious. She reminded him that he had been below the legal age of consent, making him a victim of grooming and abuse. At first, Tim struggled to accept this perspective and insisted that he did not see himself as someone who had been wronged. However, after opening up to Sally and speaking with those closest to him, he slowly began to understand why others viewed the situation as deeply inappropriate and harmful. In Monday's episode, Sally continued her determined search to locate Tricia and eventually learned that she was employed at Freshco. Despite this discovery, Tim felt uneasy about the idea of confronting her face to face. The following episode showed Tim and Sally heading to Freshco together with the intention of finally speaking to Tricia. Although Tim tried to appear composed, it was clear he was anxious about the encounter. Encouraged by Sally, he found the courage to step inside. Unfortunately, the meeting did not happen as planned. Upon arrival, they discovered that Tricia was away on holiday in Spain and would not be returning for 2 weeks. Disappointed, the couple made their way back home, but it is evident that this storyline is far from over, especially with confirmation that the character will be returning in future episodes. Upcoming scenes will also focus on Tim opening up to his close friend Steve McDonald. According to a source from Weatherfield, Tim has now come to recognize that what happened between him and Tricia in his youth was wrong. He feels that in order to move forward, he needs to have an honest conversation with her and finally gain a sense of closure. While both Sally and Steve are offering their full support, Tim believes this is something he must face on his own terms. The question now remains when Tricia will return and how their eventual meeting will unfold. Coronation Street has aired a troubling scene featuring Sam Blakeman on ITVX as his ongoing ordeal with Will Driscoll and Megan Walsh intensifies. Sam may have done the brave thing by exposing Megan's shocking grooming behavior, but his courage has come with significant personal consequences. After finally standing up to Megan's threats, the teenager now finds himself under pressure from Will, leaving viewers to wonder how he will cope. In the latest episode, Eva urged her stepson Will to apologize to Sam for his involvement in Megan's bullying. With Sam attending counseling after the distressing events, it was clear he was still battling his mental well-being. Will tracked Sam down at the bistro and offered a public apology, much to the relief of Leanne and Toya. Yet later on, he made a phone call to Sam to take back his apology, warning him to watch his back. Tonight's episode shows Sam confronting Will over the threatening message, standing his ground and insisting he isn't intimidated. However, with Liam Connor present, Will pretends he has no idea what Sam is referring to. Back at home, Will tells Eva that Sam was falsely accusing him of intimidation. Maggie, unimpressed, suggests Eva speak with her sisters. Eva heads to the bistro to stand up for Sam. Will says Sam is claiming he made nasty calls, threatening him. Why would he say that? Eva asks, while Leanne insists that Sam doesn't lie. When Eva argues that Will doesn't lie either, Leanne points out that he has been dishonest for months about his supposed relationship with Megan. The two women clash, each defending their child, and Nick tells Eva to make sure Will stays away from Sam. Later, as Sam leaves the chippy, he believes he spots an angry Will waiting for him around the corner. Panicked, Sam tries to flee but stumbles and falls to the ground, with Nick nearby to assist him. Sam tells his father he simply tripped, but he nervously scans the empty street, convinced that Will may still be following him. The question remains, how far will Will go to get his revenge? Coronation Street airs weeknights at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1 and is also available to stream on ITVX.